Good morning and a warm welcome. Rose Jacobs for Kalkine TV, reporting to you live from Sydney, and you're watching the Global Markets Roundup. Diving straight into some key highlights and happenings from yesterday, we're starting off with the US market. Equity markets gained globally on Tuesday as upbeat corporate earnings continue to buoy Wall Street stocks, though investor concerns lingered over supply chain problems sparked by the coronavirus pandemic. MSCI World Equity Index, which tracks shares in 50 countries, added 0.27%. S&P 500 and Dow Jones closed at record highs for the second consecutive day on Tuesday, October 26, while Nasdaq rallied as quarterly results kept the markets in high spirits. The S&P was up 0.18% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.04%, while the Nasdaq Composite Index gained 0.06% and the small cap Russell 2000 was down 0.72%. Traders were further encouraged by the Commerce Department's positive economic data, which showed new home sales jumped 14% to 800,000 units in September, the highest level since March. However, higher home prices still remain a major worry. Energy and utility stocks led gains on the S&P 500 index, while industrials and communications services stocks were the bottom movers. 9 of the 11 sectors of the index stayed in the positive territory. General Electric stock rose 2.19% in intraday trading after reporting its third quarter earnings. Its adjusted profits were 57 cents per share, above the analyst estimates of 43 cents a share. However, its revenue fell by 1% year on year to US $18.4 billion in the quarter. Shares of United Parcel Service were up 7.38% after reporting better than expected results. Its revenue increased by 9.2% year on year. Into the third quarter of the 2021 financial year, Lockheed Martin's stock tumbled 12.48% after it trimmed its revenue forecast. Its net sales fell to US $16.02 billion in the third quarter. In addition, it lowered its revenue forecast for the 2021 financial year due to supply woes. In breaking news, US President Joe Biden has announced an investment worth up to $102 million to expand the United States' partnership with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The announcement comes as the Biden administration has boosted its focus in countering China's economic and military influence. And now it's time for a small break, but stay tuned as I'll be right back with UK and Australian market updates.
Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on the Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV.
Welcome back, I'm Rose Jacobs and you're watching the Global Markets Roundup. European stocks hit a more than 2-month high on Tuesday, ending just below record levels as strong results from the UBS, Reckitt Benckiser, and others added to overall optimism about the third quarter earnings season. The Pan-European Stocks 600 rose 0.8%, its highest closing level since a record high finish of 475.83 in August. And well supported by the Wall Street rally, the domestic benchmark index held most of the mid-morning gains in the late trade, with the shares of Reckitt Benckiser spearheading the upswing. The stock of Reckitt emerged as the biggest gainer amidst the 101 constituent pack of the FTSE 100, supporting the market index, registering the sharpest single-day gain in the last 20 months. Meanwhile, the headline FTSE 100 marked a 20-month high of 7,281.17 and was trading up 0.59%. The mid-cap barometer FTSE 250 outperformed the lead stock indicator, marking an appreciation of more than 0.90%. Japan's Nikkei share average rallied strongly on Tuesday, fueled by earnings optimism and following overnight Wall Street gains that took the Dow and S&P 500 to record highs. The Nikkei closed 1.8% higher after surging at the open and holding those gains through the afternoon. Meanwhile, China stocks closed lower on Tuesday, pulled down by property shares as sustained worries over a planned pilot real estate tax scheme dented home buyer sentiment and risk appetite. The blue chip CSI 300 index fell 0.3%, while the Shanghai Composite Index also lost 0.3%. South Korean shares ended nearly 1% higher on Tuesday as upbeat earnings from chipmaker SK Hynix and trade data offset investor concerns over slower than expected quarterly economic growth. The benchmark Kospi closed up 0.94%. Australian shares may edge up on Wednesday, likely helped by gains in domestic miners and energy stocks on the back of upbeat commodity prices and strong night on Wall Street. The ASX 200 rose marginally to 7,443.4 points on Tuesday. Several ASX-listed companies are holding their annual general meetings on Wednesday, including Blackmores, Net Wealth Group and Woolworths Group. Additionally, the A2 Milk Company will be releasing an investor update. Looking ahead, the Australian Bureau of Statistics will be releasing the third quarter consumer price inflation data at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Looking at the commodities market now, US bond yields remained mixed as investors eyed next week's Federal Reserve meeting for cues on the first interest rate hike in 3 years. The benchmark US 10-year yield was down at 1.6211%. The US dollar traded in a narrow range. The US dollar index was unchanged at 93.8330. Oil prices have hit multi-year highs due to supply shortages and robust demand in the US. WTI crude oil price was up 1% to US $84.62 a barrel, while Brent crude oil rose 0.5% to US $86.41 a barrel. Gold prices were pulled down by a stronger US dollar and improving risk sentiment. Spot gold gained 0.8% by 1:43 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. US gold futures for December deliveries settled up 0.6%. Meanwhile, iron ore's most traded January contract on China's Dalian Commodity Exchange ended 1.7% higher. On the other hand, 3-month copper on the London Metal Exchange gained a 1.6%. Well, that's it for now, but keep watching Kalkine TV for more market updates.